Hi guys, welcome to session 58 of Java Full Stack Made Easy. In this session, we will talk more about the custom pipes that we are creating, and we will also see what exactly is a pure custom pipe or just a pure pipe and a impure pipe in Angular. So if you remember in the previous session, we created a custom pipe that was actually uh, giving us the result of custom pipe below, right? So and also we created a pipe that converts the name into uppercase, and also we created a pipe with an argument where we could easily pass in whether it has to be converted into uppercase or lowercase. So you can just simply have a look at that here, where I was using the pipe. They can see that here. An uppercase pipe test pipe we have created. If we pass in the argument u, it converts that into uppercase. If we pass it l, it converts the given value into a lowercase character. Fine. So let me create another pipe where in this example, if you see, I have this data displayed over here, right? So that is roll number, name, gender, semester, everything. Fine. So what I would like to do is I'd like to create a search text where I want to actually search the data present into this particular table over here. Fine. So for that, first thing what I will do is I'll just clean up everything that's written here. So let's go to app.html and clean up all the pipe details from here so that we have a clean page. So I just cleaned up that, and now you can see all the details are gone now. Fine. So I have three details here, that is test, Virat and Rohit. That's the data which is actually added. Fine. So what I'd like to do is I'd like to create a search type of pipe, and in this example you will also understand uh, where custom pipes can be useful. Fine. So if you remember in the previous session I told you that custom pipes are pretty useful, and in the next session I'll be talking about where can you use them. Fine. So once again I'm going to create a new pipe, and let's call that pipe as search dot pipe dot typescript. Fine. So and if you remember in the previous session itself, we spoke about while creating a pipe we have to use the decorator at the rate pipe, and then we have to use the pipe transform and the transform function. So since I have everything defined here, so I'll just copy everything that's written there, and I'll paste it, and now I will change all the details over here. So first thing that I want to change is this, the search pipe, right? So let's just call it as search. Fine. And the name of the class, let's call it as search pipe. It implements everything, and there is value and then the argument. Fine. So let's call this arguments will be of type string. Fine. So let's say it takes one argument, and that argument is a search text probably. Fine. And it's not an array of argument, it takes only one argument with it, that is going to be string. Fine. And there will be no arguments and everything. So as of now I'll remove everything that's written in the previous code, all the logic. Now our pipe is almost ready. The skeleton of it is almost ready. Now what needs to be done? So if you remember here, our end goal is to search the details from this particular table, right? So the pipe will be applied on a table, right? So the return, the value on which the pipe is applied is the array, right? So it's an array. So now what I'm gonna do is this array should contain the detail, right? So it's a student's array, and we know that the value here is not of type any, it is of type what? It is of type student model, and it is an array of that student. Fine. And instead of calling it as value, let's call it as students, so that it'll be easy for us to remember that. Fine. So now we have that. We are going to first check if there is no students or no search text is given. At that time the same table has to be written, right? So what we'll say is if not students or uh, no search text, then what we will do is we will simply return the same table, so that whenever the uh, whenever no filtering is applied, at that time the same detail, whatever details are there in that student initial details, should be returned. Fine. So now in else case we are going to perform a search. Okay, so there is search text now. What I will do is I will change that search text will be equal to search text dot to uppercase, right? So we can convert it into an uppercase or a lowercase or whatever, fine, so that we can compare it by we can allow the user to search it in case insensitive way, like if you remember my previous example. So I'm converting the search text into uppercase. That means whatever user gives gets converted into uppercase, and while comparing it I will compare it with the uppercase one. Fine. So now we know that in Java itself we spoke about something called as the filters, right? Stream dot filter. So TypeScript, in fact JavaScript, also allows us to use such array functions. So here we have the students dot filter. So you can see that we have a function called as filter that filters the array. And if you remember in Java, we talked about the lambda expressions, and in JavaScript, we spoke about something called as the callback functions and the arrow functions. So here I'm actually making use of the arrow function. So what I'm going to do is I'll have a student object. So this filter actually takes up a callback function. So I'm passing in a callback function in terms of the fat arrow. So JavaScript works with the concept of fat arrows, right? So I have taken a fat arrow. Then what I will say, the student dot, there is a name property in that student dot name, and I will convert it into uppercase first so that I am comparing it properly. So student dot name, if that name includes whatever is searched, includes the search text, fine. So return that. Okay, so this thing has to be returned, right? So I'll just say return instead of just storing it into an array and then returning it. I'm directly returning it. So what happens is, whatever search text is given, if the students include that particular part, that means suppose the name of the student is Viru and Virat, if search text is vi, then viru Viru will be given and Virat will also be returned back. Fine. So we have now created a pipe, right? A search pipe is created. So as discussed in the previous sessions, whenever you create a pipe which is declared as standalone false, right? So it is not a standalone pipe. So what we have to do is we have to include that inside the app.module.typescript so that we can use it. Fine. So in the pipe, we should also now include the class name. So the class name is search pipe, right? So I'll be using a search pipe here in the app.module.typescript so that I can use it on my app.html. So everything is done right now. What I will do is, some data is already there in my app.typescript, and now on the app.html I'm just gonna apply this particular pipe. Okay, so this pipe will be applied to the table itself. So here let student of student, that is applied, and I will now apply the pipe here. So the pipe that I'm gonna apply is the search pipe, right? So let's go for the search pipe. Okay, so yeah, now let's pass up some value. So I have this data here, that is vi. So let us search for vi. Okay, let's save it and see the detail. So you can see that only vi, any detail that matches vi will come up, right? So in name, if I only write this value as I, at that time Rohit contains I, Virat contains I, so that will be returned to me. So includes is working perfectly fine. So let us enhance this a bit more. Now how are we going to enhance it? Instead of just directly rewriting this text. Let us take a search text as an ng model. So what I will do here is I'll go to the app.typescript, and in the app.typescript also I'm gonna include something called as search text, okay, which as of now contains nothing. And the same thing I will apply here, that is I will take a input for the same. So let's have an input type text, and then let's perform the two-way data binding ng model. So since this is my previous application itself, so I have already included a forms module for the same. So here it will be a search text, fine. So I'm binding that here. So whatever is added into that has to be given here. So I'll go here and simply say instead of this I, it is going to be a search text, fine. And let's save everything and see the result. So now I have added a search box here. So whatever I'm adding, like for example, if I type in V, everything that has V comes up. If I type I, everything that has I will come up that way, fine. So since the data is still small, if you have Virat, Viro and all that, so VI you type, you get both of that. So let us add that one more data and understand the same. So here I go, I'll add up one more object into it, and I'll say this is roll number 4 or something, and let's say it has Viru, okay, and that's fine. One more data, okay, so let's add Vikas or something. So let's save it, and now we have more data. So if I just type in V, all the details that has V comes up, and if I type VI, everything that contains VI comes up, and then when I type VIR, everything that has VIR will come up, fine. Second, also like if you type in RU, it'll Viru will come up. So this way we can search the details based on the name. Or else what we can also do is we can enhance it a bit more. But before going to the enhancement of this, let me share this particular search pipe with you. So this is our day 58. So let me create a repository for the same. So this is day 58 slash demo 1 search pipe, or let's call it as search name, search by name pipe. So what I did was I created a pipe, and what is the file name that I gave? Search.pipe.typescript, right? Search.pipe.typescript. A simple search pipe I have created, where I'm simply uh, taking an array as its value, and then one string as its argument, and I'm checking first whether if nothing is given at that time, whatever wherever the pipe is applied, the same data has to be given. If search text is given, then convert that search text into uppercase, and then compare if it is present in the array, and if it is present, whatever is included, whatever is matched, return that particular thing, fine. So once I created this pipe, I added it into the app.module.typescript. So let me give you the app.module.typescript, where I have just imported that because it's not a standalone pipe. If it was a standalone pipe, we could have imported it into the app.typescript directly. So in some examples I'll show you even that, because that's how the latest Angular version works, okay. Then lastly, the app.html. So in my app.typescript I have just added these two details. Other than that, everything remains the same itself. So then app.html. All right, so things look good now. Search pipe, app module, and app.typescript, app.html. So I have given you everything. Now what I will do is let us enhance this search pipe in such a way that where not just the student name, we should be able to search for everything, okay. So let us update the same search pipe, and in this case you will also understand uh, what is a stringy 5 in JSON. Fine. So I have a search pipe now. So in the previous case, what it was doing was it was actually searching for the student dot name, right? So student dot name is a string, and because it is a string, we can actually uh, search for what? We can search for the includes stuff, right? So there is obviously a possibility that if I just take this student object at that time, I first of all cannot convert that into an uppercase, right? So if I just take a student, I cannot convert it into uppercase so that I can match it to this, right? So this entire object has to be converted into string. So how am I going to convert this entire JSON object into a string? So that's one more important thing that we are gonna learn here. So whenever you want to convert the JSON objects into string, JSON provides us a method called as stringify, which converts a JSON object into string, and there is one more method called as parse, which converts the uh, string into JSON object. Okay, so I am taking a stringify, and then stringify what? Stringify the student. The entire object has to be stringified. Now this entire object, like the name, the marks, everything will be converted into a string, and then it will be converted into uppercase, and then the search text happens. Fine. So now let's just save it and understand the same. So everything is applied properly itself, so only my pipe is changed. So let's go here, and now I want to search the female gender, right? So only one female is there, and then all are semester 5, roll number 3 is there, so I'll search for 3. So you can see that. So I am able to search it based on either the roll number or the name, like VI, or the name, or anything like marks or whatever it is. If I search for this 90, everyone has scored 90. So now the pipe is created in such a way that it can search on anything, any detail given over here. Fine. So let me share this pipe as well with you. Rest all thing remains the same itself, only the pipe is changed. So let's call it as demo 2, search anything. Okay, let's call it as search by anything pipe. So I hope now you are appreciating the concept of pipes. Search dot pipe dot typescript. So you might have seen that in real time in a lot of websites, right? So this way things will work. Now what I'm gonna do is, in this case, uh, let everything be there as it is. And if you remember, what we have done is in the previous examples, that is, if you look at this example, we can add the student, right? Instead of directly adding it, we can add the students from here as well, right? So let's see how are we going to add the students like this, right, from here, and then uh, apply the details and everything. Fine. So let's go ahead and see how things work there. Okay, now what I'm going to do is I'll be adding a new student from here. Okay, and then I will test how things work. Okay, so let's go here and see roll number. Let's say I'm adding 10, and name Sachin, uh, male. Some marks I will give, let's say 99, and some semester I'll give semester 1. Then I'll click on this add. So this Sachin's details are added. Now I am searching for Sachin, so you can see that the detail of Sachin is also searched, right? So even though you add the details from the child component, your pipe is created in such a way that your pipe is capable of searching that details as well. Fine. So even if we push new details to this, the details are searched, right? So we have done a add student, and based on that add student, the data is added, right? So now this way we can create more realistic pipes, and also the details that are being shown to us are reflected even on a new data push. Okay, so there are two type of pipes that we can consider. There can be a pure pipe or there can be a impure pipe as well. So while creating the pipes, we can create it as a pure pipe or we can create it as impure pipes. So when you are creating pure pipes, at that time the UI will not be updated. When we are creating an impure pipe, then the UI gets updated. So let us now understand the concept of that pure and impure pipe. Okay, so in this case, once again what I will do is yeah, let us create one more pipe and then see how things work in pure and impure pipe. So for this entire example, let me create one more pipe where I will be let's say filtering the record based on the gender or something. Fine. So let's go ahead and understand that. So first let me just yeah, create one more file for us, and let's call that as a gender pipe. Gender dot pipe dot typescript. So here is another pipe that I'm creating, and let's just paste everything and change the other stuff. So first of all, this name of the pipe, let's call it as maybe a gender or something, or gender pipe also can be given. So any name that you want, let's call it as pure gender pipe or something, and this is not standalone. And one more argument we are going to add on this, that is gonna be, it'll be a pure pipe. Okay, so then let's change the class name as well. Let's call it as gender. Okay, and the transform function. Now the logic for this transform function is gonna be what, instead of taking a search text, it's gonna take a gender. Okay, and based on the gender it is going to filter the record. Okay, so return students dot filter once again, then student no includes nothing. So here I want to just perform an equal to, that is student dot gender equal to gender. Okay, so if you don't know what this equal to I have written, you can go back to my JavaScript videos, and there you can understand the difference between double equal to and triple equal to. Okay, so let me just save this, and now let's use this pure pipe onto our app.component, and then understand how things work there. Okay, so here is my app.typescript. I'll close this first, and in the app.module.typescript, obviously I have to include the gender pipe so that I can use it. Gender pipe. So step 2 is done. Now let's just close this app.module.typescript. Search pipe we don't need anymore, so let that gender pipe be there. So in the app.typescript, I have some data displayed over here. Let that be there. And in the app.html, as of now, what I'm gonna do is there is a table displayed, and some data is already there. I'll remove this child from here. Okay, so ng model search text, remove that, we don't need that anymore. Now the pipe that we are applying here is gonna be a gender pipe. Okay, and maybe some gender male we are trying to search for. I think all the detail is about male gender itself, so let's change or add some more details into it so that we can see the details are being added. So let's add some two more female details. There we go. So let's give the roll number as maybe 8 and 9. Some random names, let's say anything, any name. So focus is on the gender, that is female. Any marks, anything is fine for us. So I have added some detail into it, and here there's a button on student and everything. So what we will do is we'll just push we'll have one button over there, and the on student added, we are going to add something. So let's see this dot push. One more detail, I'll say let student equals to, let's give some roll number, let's call it as new data, gender female and all that. So this dot student dot push, and there will be a button which we'll call this, so gender female marks 5. Okay, now let's go here and create a button that says add student. So button, on click of this button, this function has to be called, that is on student added, add. Let's save it. Okay, so it still says that no pipe found with the name. Gender, let's see. Acha, it is a pure gender pipe. Okay, so let's copy this. Pure gender, and I'll be searching for anything like maybe uh, a female student or a male student, whatever it is. Okay, let's say female, save. Let's look at the data. Now here there's a data, and all female, three female students are added, so that should be displayed to us. If you see that I have added three female students here, which is any name, anything, and also test. Okay, so three details are shown to me. Upon click of add, what is happening is roll number 55, new data is being added, and that data is also female, right? So when I click on add, you can see that I'm clicking it multiple times, but still you don't see that detail is being added here, right? So although I'm clicking on add, but that details are not added. So upon click of add, the details has to be actually added, right? But the details are not added here. Same way, what I'm gonna do is that I will go ahead and change my pipe and see how things work there. And I'll simply go to my gender pipe that is created, and in this gender pipe I will change the type of the pipe to impure, that is pure, false, and save this. And I'll come back to the same page and click on this add. So I was actually expecting this the detail to be added here. Let's check what's the issue there. So now it's impure pipe. Also we will test whether the click is happening or not. We'll just use a console log to confirm that. Added. Let's save it. Oh, this dot student dot push what, right? So I'm gonna push the student. Let's save it. Let's go back, click on add. So we are able to see the details. That's fine. Let's close this, And now we will once again go back to the pipe and change the pipe back to the pure pipe, save it, and upon click of add, so you can see that the details are not added when it is a pure pipe. And the moment I go ahead and change it to an impure pipe, at that time the details are actually visible to me. So this way pure and impure pipe differs, where impure pipe, they immediately change the UI, they immediately update the UIs, whereas pure pipes do not update the UI. So uh, pure pipes, they don't update the UI, and impure pipes, they update the UI upon push as well. So pure pipes uh, are faster comparing to impure pipes, because in case of impure pipe it has to update everything immediately. So whenever you want a faster performing pipe where the data is not frequently updated, use pure pipes. And if you want to use a pipe upon the data that's frequently being updated, at that time use an impure pipe, but in that case you have to compromise with the speed. All right, so let me give you both of this. So in this case I have changed the pipe gender, so let's call it as pure versus impure pipe. Demo 3 pure pipe gender dot pipe dot typescript. So let's first make it true, it will be a pure pipe. Then app dot module dot typescript, where we have actually uh, added that pipe. Then the app dot html, and the app dot typescript. All right, so this was a pure pipe. Demo 4 impure pipe. Hope you have understood the difference between a pure and a impure pipe. Rest all thing remains the same in terms of the gender dot pipe dot typescript. Only thing is, yeah, this pure will be false. So what would be the difference? Pure pipe and impure pipe. So pure pipes are actually faster, impure pipes are slow. Pure pipe UI is not updated, whereas in impure pipe UI gets updated. So the use case is what, like where are you going to make use of this? So if at all your UI changes frequently, then you have to go for impure pipe, then you have to compromise for the speed. But if your UI does not change frequently, you will go for a pure pipe, and the default pipe is pure pipe itself. Even if you don't mention that it is a pure pipe, by default you get the pure pipe. So I hope you have understood the concept of pipes, where to apply this pipe in real time, also the difference between pure and impure pipes. So see you in the next session. Do subscribe to my channel, and also comment and share it with your friends. Thank you.